Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your geographical location. My name is Claudio Lobio. I am your host, aka Electricity. This is an impromptu broadcast just to further highlight issues back in the country and to put a question or for us to ask ourselves a question and possibly answer it. I don't know if we can answer. And the question is, when will justice will ever be served, or will justice ever be served in that country? As you can see, what is on the platform there, the duty of civil rulers is not to terrorize men of good deeds, but to punish evil men for sins against the society. So, when will these sins be punished? When? Is it the case that we will only terrorize good men and the sins of the evil men will not be punished? Welcome on the platform, Madam Nelly. Like I said, this is a impromptu broadcast, and I felt its purpose is to steer our minds again with the hope that Nigerians will rise up and do something in respect to our government, and not to sit down and be docile and expect a miracle to fall from heaven. This is too many going on, killings and deaths. Even we are not in war for us to now be experiencing. Even in Israel and Hamas, they are fighting war. They still protect their own citizens from the attack of the enemy. But this is within. This is, are we going to say it is war within, and where life do not matter again? Before we went into it, I would like to pay on behalf of the channel, pay our condolence to the death of the former governor of Ondo State. The new governor have already been sworn in. May he so rest in perfect peace. As they say, we don't speak evil, heal of the dead, because they are not here to defend themselves. So, Madam Nelly, the question is, will justice ever be served in that country? Will evil men be punished? The last one that happened was 126 people that a drone was bomb. A drone bomb was dropped there. The president said it is the act of God, or it's ordained by God. If not, it wouldn't have happened. Now he's suing for peace in Benue State. Again, he went to River State to make some peace. I don't know what sort of peace is. Can we have peace where justice is not served, or can we have genuine peace where justice is not served? The floor is yours, Madam Nelly. Thank you very much.
I think your president is confused. And what else do you expect? I've always used one word to describe. When you have a stolen good and you can't think straight. Your decisions is from here, from there, and doesn't make any sense. Looking at the topic that you're questioning, will there be any justice? Yeah, there will be justice, but before we get there, each and every one of us in Nigeria, we need to wake up to the truth. And what is the truth? The truth is that we all are afraid. We get scared. Nobody wants to die. Nobody wants to speak the truth. Even when you see something wrong happening, we are so afraid to stand up for the truth. And so, if I don't stand up for the truth, you don't stand up for the truth, who then wants to stand up for the truth? And how are we then expecting that justice to come? And that's why we are seeing what we are seeing today, because nobody wants to stand up for the truth. It's really difficult for human beings to stand up for the truth. So I think before we begin to look for justice, or we begin to look for people who has done wrong to be punished or not punished, each and every one of us needs to really look deep down into our lives and then stand up for the truth. It makes it very difficult for us.
What is the truth here, Madam Nelly? Do you mind?
I just say to you, the truth is when you see something, you speak up, regardless of who is involved. What I hear a lot of us in Nigeria are saying, whenever you see something wrong that happened, we keep saying, oh, a powerful man is involved, the people on top, they're involved, powerful, powerful. What do we mean by powerful people? What do we mean by that, though? Because I don't care who you are. If I have something to say to you, I'm not going to insult you, but if I have something to say to you, I'm going to say that. The highest that you could do to me is to eliminate my life or to send people to eliminate my life. So, as human beings, especially we Nigerians, we get who is it that we are always referring? I know that this thing that happened is wrong. Why can't I speak that this thing is wrong? And I'm saying, oh, the people involved are so powerful. Powerful with what, though? I don't understand that.
I played a video here sometime. I think 2 or 3 broadcasts ago when the Israelis citizens protested against their own government
Mhm,
for mistakenly killing their own citizen, even though when they were on a rescue mission.
mhm.
And the argument is for the Nigerians to rise up to protest against this government. I'm going to. I think what I can use to buttress your point is you're a Buddhist. I'm a Christian, so but we respect each other's religion.
Yeah.
John the Baptist was one man who stood up against the government. I think it was Herod
Mhm,
for his act of taking his brother's wife. Though history tells me, Bible history tells me, it's actually the wife that instigated that relationship or that started the relationship. As a result of him speaking out, he was beheaded by by Herod.
mhm,
And in present times, our God forgive me. If my language is wrong, I ask for apology. Our so-called religious leaders who are supposed to be a voice of change, a voice of protest, as far as I am concerned. They
mhm.
are kind of docile, not saying anything. Uh, I I don't know. Can you weigh in on that for me, please? For the audience, if you don't mind, please. Thank you.
Well, I just say to you that should I call it fear or should I call it misplacement of who these pastors or who we individuals in Nigeria, who we really are? Because like it's like every time I'm asked these questions, I keep repeating myself because I know what I'm saying. We all How can somebody call himself a man of God or that the person is a pastor and the person actually came on a platform and was advising the person who was conducting that platform, oh, you should be careful because the people who are involved in this, in the killing of this young man, they are very powerful. So my question to you as a man of God is, so what are you then telling me? So your the God you are telling me that I should come to your church and worship is not powerful. These men of God are more powerful than, or these people that are committing this crime. Their power is more than that God you're asking me. I don't understand why we keep on confusing ourselves. We claim that we go to church, we are pastors, and a whole pastor is coming to tell me, oh, the people above are involved. I'm afraid. Well, then you're not a pastor. Go and sit down. You are not a pastor. Maybe you're a pastor for yourself, you're making your money, it's your business, that's fine. But I know that me, as I chant my Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, I'm not afraid to speak my truth, because the highest anybody can do to me is remove my life, whichever way they want to do it. But that's not going to stop me. If I know something that somebody did wrong to eliminate somebody else's life, I'm going to speak about it. So that's just what I'm saying. Is it the fear? And this fear, when are we going to stop being afraid? When are we going to stop being cowards? When are we going to develop courage to fight evil? Because these people are evil. So when are we going to develop that courage to fight evil? And we're hiding behind, oh, we're praying, we're fasting, we're doing this. But then when the evil come, we say, I don't want to be involved. I don't understand. And if we say that God is all and all, why should I be afraid of the devil?
Exactly. Just to buttress your point in terms of the highest any man can do is to kill. And in Jesus Christ said, "Fear not he who can only destroy the flesh," which is, don't be afraid of your fellow human being, but
Yes.
fear the Creator who can both destroy the flesh and the soul. Meaning, we should always stand for the truth, because if we coward, I mean, like you rightly said, the least highest they can only do is to kill, but they also will die one day, because everybody dies. That is what we fail to understand. But how do it's we had a very contentious broadcast yesterday before I left, and what the citizens can do that will really hurt the government or bring the government down. And the topic was, should the citizen, I mean, boycott the 2027 general election. To which I disagree that boycotting the election will not hurt the government, will not change nothing. It's just like now, people who don't care about human life, how would they care? What in the world would they care if you don't come and vote? You give them more power. So, but what can we be? Would most people voice out protest, which I agree with. Emma's every citizen's involved in it, and it's something that will hurt the government so that they can know the pain, because it's like they don't see or feel or hear the pain Nigerians are facing. The floor is yours, Madam Nelly. Thank you.
I think if we're talking about the protest, I think the protest would be better, because if we're saying that we're not going to come out and vote in 2027, that's a very long time waiting for the evil to continue to perpetrate itself. You know, I think what also we're going to be saying here is, I'm going to piggy it back again to people having courage. Because if we when we stand up to protest, and then they start throwing their tear gas and start throwing whatever, you don't want to go back, because if you go back, you're already defeated. You forge ahead. And if we look at all the other countries that have protest, they keep going. You don't worry, because you cannot even get anything righteous without some lives being lost. So my question is, when we say that we're going to punish the government, how many of us are really saying that? Are we going to be unified to do that? That's the first question. Because you don't want people to say, oh, no, I'm not going to go. Let the Igbos go, or let the Yorubas go, or let the Hausas go, or let the. You cannot have these divisions. You can't. A human life is a human life, regardless if you are from Warri. You are a human being to me. First of all, before I look at anything, whether you're from Ijo, whether you're from Urobo, you are a human being. I keep repeating myself in this platform anytime that I have the opportunity. You are a human being first, then every other thing is secondary. And until we, all of us, we get to that point, until we get to that point, because when you have this fear that I'm talking about, you cannot, under no circumstances, hurt somebody else. I don't even care if that person has done anything wrong to you. You cannot remove another human being's life. But if we don't get there and we keep on dancing around and around and around, oh, I'm going to the mountain of the fire. Keep going to the mountain of the fire. Let the mountain of the fire come down to us. You know, we need to be courageous and demand for the truth and stand with the truth, regardless of what is involved.
Yeah, thank you, Madam. Like I said, this is an impromptu broadcast, and when we see these things, we come out to speak out against it or speak out about it, and with the hope that it will be echoed down back in Nigeria, because, like I said, this insensitivity and killing is too. It's in fact, like you rightly said, it's not about me being Igbo, Yoruba, Hausa. It is our country, whether we like it or whether we like it or not, and everything is is. I mean, one thing is affecting everyone there: the lack of electricity, the insecurity. We are all under one umbrella in that country, and it pains me, honestly speaking. It hurts me when panelists come here and still echo this tribe of a thing. And I understand, I respect Nnamdi Kanu, because even though I don't agree with his method, it's as a result of this injustice and insensitivity of government that pushed him to do what he did. And he will forever be respected, even though one may not agree with his method. And I wish every one of us could be as brave as he is, and take to the street as Nigerians that want that want the good of the nation. The next broadcast will be national interest, and I'm preparing for that. It's going to be one nice broadcast. So, how do we overcome this? No, let me put the question in a different way.
Mhm.
How can we galvanize? How can we bring everyone together so that we can, even if it's uh 30% of the population
Mhm.
speaking, singing one hymn, and go about this mass protest, peaceful protest, with the hope that they will know how. What can you give a suggestion, or if you have the answer to that, what's the magic wand to use to bring, if there is a magic wand, to bring everyone under one umbrella? Thank you.
For me, what I'm doing is I continue to send Daimoko. When I say that, I mean chanting Namyo Horengekyo, that people will really awaken to their Buddha nature, that each and every one of us we have, regardless of whatever religion that you say you believe in. We all have it. You want to call it comfort. Good evening. For me here is good afternoon. Thank you so much. So I call it Buddha nature. So anybody can call it anything, because like I keep saying, I'm always going to use myself as an example. Prior to 1986, I would have been a chicken. Right now, no, I'm not. Whoever you are, if you're doing the wrong thing, I'm going to not disrespect you, because I don't mean to disrespect the Buddha nature you have, but I will gently tell you what you're doing is wrong. You have no right to remove people's lives. You have no right to use the money that is meant for the whole for the people of Nigeria and just stifle it in your own pocket and be making all these wrong decisions. Or some of your ministers will come on the news media and be echoing lies upon lies. Sometimes when some of these ministers are speaking, especially the female ones among them, because many a times I have read that when when things are being done and you have a woman in your midst, everything tends to quiet down a little bit, because men, they will have the hot temper. They will just like, let's kill, let's kill, let's kill. But when there's a woman will use that mercy and said, let's tamper things down. But the type of women that I see these days in politics, in this their ministerial work, from Tinubu's cabinet. Sometimes when I'm looking at them talking during an interview, and the only thing that comes to my mind is, does this person have a family? Do they have close friends? Do they have anybody who can critique them with what they're saying? Because if you look at them closely, you could see the blatant lies. And then they sit down there and they want to patronize Tinubu, that he is doing such an amazing job. And I'm looking at that individual and I'm wondering in my own self, where is this person's self-esteem to start with? You're here in this interview and you're telling me how much of a wonderful job that Tinubu is doing. Where are you coming from with this? So people just need to wake up. If we don't wake up, we will continue to go round and round and round, highlight all the problems, but with no solution. And that's not going to help any of us. It's not going to help any of us. We need to really take action. Even if you pray, even if you fast for 200 hours, after the fasting, you better get up and take action. Because if you don't take action, God is never going to come down from wherever you think he is and take you to dinner.
Okay, Madam Nelly, you just throw a spanner into the wheel.
Mm.
The statement you just made, I just put it in quote there, and I lighted it on the screen. The woman in the mist.
Mhm.
It is a very, very vital point you just made, because the question is, where are their wives or girlfriends? I mean, let's forget about girlfriends or side chicks, because those ones are there for because women play a very important role in this in influencing the man's decision or their husband's
Mhm.
decision. One example is when Jesus Christ wants to be crucified, and the wife of I think Pontius Pilate or one of the kings said, "You know what? I had a very, very bad dream about this man in the over the night, and please do not join hands with these people to kill this man." And what he did was he requested for a bowl of water. He washed his hands and he said, "I am not part of this evil that you people wants to commit."
Mhm.
You made a point there. So these women, their wives, I watch Tinubu's wife's broadcast, and I think he was talking to women, some women in the eastern part. He said, "Oh, his our husband will leave a legacy behind for generation to come." Unfortunately, I couldn't. Like I said, this was an impromptu. I would have downloaded the video, and I asked myself, what legacy is she really talking about? So this how do we address the women? in this issue? How do we call out to them, the mothers, that they have this power of influence on their husband? Well, how, how are they able to sleep in the night?
For me, I sometimes when I hear people say to me, "Oh, women are this, women are that," I think we are kind of contradicting ourselves, because there was a time, or that women are always genuine and they're sincere and they always call for peace. But it's not this modern day women anymore. And you have to pick and choose. I will give you an example. When sometimes during the time of Buhari, and the wife, because a young boy, and I've said it in some of the panels before, because the boy tweeted and called her fat, and she sent people to go and get this boy, and the boy was beaten up mercilessly. I don't think there's anything in the whole widest world that will make me neka, ever, ever. I don't care if even if the person calls me the worst name. As a professor in a school, students that probably are not doing well in my class have gone to online to say bad things about me. But I won't even hate them. I will not maltreat them. I will not retaliate, much more that I'm the first lady of the country. Because a young boy, whether he's a young boy, old boy, it doesn't matter for me to ask the DSS to go and get this boy. For what? For what? What kind of power am I trying to exercise? There's a way for me, even if that fact that boy said, if he hurts me that bad, if I have an opportunity to ever meet that boy, the way I'm going to ask him question will even make him say, "Oh, mommy, I'm sorry." But not to go and get DSS. Don't you have work to do? So what we're going through in Nigeria is very deep. It's not something that we can talk on a surface, and it's not something that we can talk until we able to understand. We cannot be afraid of evil. We cannot be afraid of evil. We must be courageous in what we're doing. And if you're courageous, you're not worried about whether somebody is going to send their thugs to come and beat you up. Let them come. There's a way that you will be courageous. Even when the thugs come, they could be hands down. They're not going to do anything to you. They're not going to do anything to you. But because you've already projected that fear, anything that comes around you is going to hit you. If we're saying that God is all over here, He created all of us. So why are you then giving power to an evil rubbish? Why? And that's what we're doing that's the main thing that I see that is crippling us, all of us in Nigeria. And then we keep saying, "Oh, we go to church." I cannot fathom a pastor coming out in a YouTube video, didn't even show his face, but left a voicemail and was saying, "Oh, I can't come out, but I can give money from the back door." Go to hell with you giving money. Go to hell. No, go to hell. Because you are perpetrating evil and you're telling me you're giving money. And one other thing that kills all of us in Nigeria, whenever somebody gives you money, you think that they love you. Oh, man. No. No. We have the potential to be who we want to be, but we don't want to. We relinquish our power to somebody else. You're a man, you tell me you're a man of God that has a big church in Nigeria, and you are afraid of the powers above. Who the hell is this power above? Who? Somebody that when death comes, they will tell death, "Do you know me? I'm the power above." debt go that side. Are you kidding me? I don't understand how else to tell Nigerians, gotta stand up for yourself and don't be afraid of, and don't be afraid of anything. Don't be afraid. You are afraid, you die afraid, you're going to come back afraid again. Going to come back afraid. And when will you stop being afraid? I'm not asking you to go out there and disrespect anybody, but be courageous. Tell people the truth. If you say your piece, let them continue doing what they're doing, because the time is coming when they can't do anymore. But until we start not relinquishing our power to them, being, feeling that they're so powerful. Powerful with what? You stole the election, you did not win. So why are people coming here to tell me, oh, 2027 we shouldn't go and vote? The one you voted, you never voted them in anyway. They stole the election. So why don't we stop saying they won? They did not. They stole the election. Then Yakubu, whatever he is, Muhammadu Yakubu, and then the judges. How could you be bought as a judge? How can you be bought as a judge? Well, you know what? Those judges, those senates, none of them will be my father, my son, my husband, my boyfriend. None of them, because I will not stand behind them. I won't. I will expose them one bit immediately. Immediately. Maybe that's why I'm single. But I'm okay though. Don't get it wrong. I'm okay. Because I will not partake in blood.
Yeah, Madam Nelly, you said, sorry, I was a little bit distracted trying to post something on the.
Okay.
In as much as this broadcast is when just if justice will ever be served, we've dived into religious leaders, which is very important, which is also one of my focus. And you said something
No,
very awesome.
electricity, not to stop you. Don't think that we dived out of your main topic. All
Okay.
I'm saying to you is that until we, each and every one of us, we go right inside, take that fear that is holding us back and yank it out and stand gidigba.
No, we need to talk about it. It's an important topic.
Okay then.
It's an important issue. I'm not dismissing it in any way,
Okay.
because actually I wanted to post something, and it's just that was why I said, even though it appears that we've gone way out of it, it's important. It's part of it. So when leaders. Don't religious leaders don't do what they are expected to do, because they kind of feel the issue of government does not concern them, which is absolutely wrong. And so I'm gonna put this up there now. Greatest means it's 200 words. It's which is this, that Christians are not to leave popular government up to the ungodly. Just what you just highlighted about the pastor who came out to say it's not going to be, it's not the issue of fear, be afraid of them or whatever it is. Leaving popular government to the ungodly, we give them more power, or they solidify their power the more. To neglect good government is to neglect the salvation of souls. Even the participation of Christians in government, or any religious in government, they gain more souls to their religion. If you are, for example, if you become the president of Nigeria as a Buddhist, your influence alone, your position will influence many to become Buddhists. Even the ones that don't want to be will come and pretend to say, okay, you know what? Let me get close to Dr. Neka. let me pretend to be a Buddhist. Let me be nice so that I can be in our good books. In the process, they may end up being a member of the Buddhists. So when these religious leaders come out, how do we? Is it their fault or is it the fault of the members? Man, let's narrow it down to that. Is it their fault or the fault of their members, their followers?
Electricity, because you have said that if for any reason I became the president, that some people will come towards me and pretend to be a Buddhist.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
can I also tell you that in this Nichiren Daishonin Buddhism that I practice, you cannot pretend. You cannot.
No,
It's
no. What I meant is that
I understand what you meant.
okay, all right,
I
okay.
understand what you meant, because let me also use something for you to know that I understand what you meant. You know, there was a time in Nigeria when everyone, even the Yorubas, even some of the Igbos, were joining to becoming Muslims because Muslims were getting all the contracts. Do you remember that year? Or everybody that you would see somebody's whose name is Okori, all of a sudden the person become a radio Okoko. You understand what I'm saying to you? So again, you know, the Buddhism that I practice, you cannot pretend. You cannot. You know, you're just going to be sincere. But even if you want to come close to me because you really want to know more about what I do and what gives me the authority to stand the Gidigba, there's nothing wrong with that. But I'm going to let you know that if you do come close to me in like you're pretending, you're wasting your bloody time, because I will know. I will know. You understand what I'm saying to you? Because if this practice was anything other than what I was told, I would have been out of it a very long time. I said in this, there was a panel either with you or Dr. Dami. I said, I'm not a follower. I don't follow people. I don't do things because other people are doing it. I do things because I've analyzed it and I know that this thing is going to be okay for me, and then I will do it. I never follow anybody. Nobody. You know, it has to be right for me to do it. So I really, my prayer for every human being, get hold of yourself. The last thing I would do today is to go to anybody and say for them, pray for me. Pray yours and let me pray mine. I wake up every day, I do my prayers. Before I go to bed, I do my prayers. I constantly do it. Nobody needs to remind me that I need to do my prayers. Okay? And for me, when I'm dealing with another human being, I will never open this my mouth and tell you I'm going to do something and I will not do it. Or I will tell you I'm going to do something, and then when you start calling me, I pretend like I didn't see your call. I will not do that. I will not come to your face and say, oh, I'm going to do this just to call favor. And then behind the scene, I will not do it. I'm not going to do that, because this
Madam
is
Nelly,
this is
we'll take a short break for 1 minute. Short break for 1 minute. I
okay.
just need to attend 1 minute. Thank you.
Okay.
Tinubu is a criminal, yes, of course, a categorical grade one criminal. The only person more criminal than Tinubu in Nigeria is probably Babangida. But he's a criminal, and is he fit for purpose? Absolutely not. Should Tinubu be the president of Nigeria? Categorical no. Is there a better option than him? That is subjective. So show me who he is. Tinubu is a criminal, yes, of course, a categorical grade one criminal. The only person more criminal than Tinubu in Nigeria is probably Babangida. But he's a criminal, and is he fit for purpose? Absolutely not. Should Tinubu be the president of Nigeria? Categorical no. Is there a better option than him? That is subjective. So show me who he is. Tinubu is a criminal, yes, of course, a categorical grade one criminal.
Thank you, Madam Nelly. I want to highlight something here for you.
Okay.
This is it. If you know the enemy and know yourself, your victory will not stand in doubt. The first question in the context of Nigeria, if you listen to that video, it said Tinubu is here, but we've had president. So, in the context of Nigeria, who or what is the enemy? Because we have to identify the enemy. Is he an individual or individuals? Before, go ahead. The floor is yours, madam.
I believe that we all in Nigeria are our own enemy. We are enemy to ourselves. We are all enemies to ourselves. Okay? Because everybody that you send into that cabinet, you see, like I've said it so many times, if Tinubu asks me to come into his cabinet, I will not. And then people might argue and say, if you're not in the cabinet, how are you going to solve any problem? Why will I want to partake in a stolen goods? So you're telling me, well, if I don't join the people who have stolen something, how will I then be able to catch them? That's what people are really literally saying to me. I say I'm not going to join in Tinubu's cabinet because Tinubu did not win the election. Period. So I would love for people to really critically think before they speak. But how are we going to critically think if we do not raise our life to the wisdom that we all should have and think very well before we speak? How? I'm not trying to be a member of Tinubu's cabinet so that I will bag my own money or so that people will be afraid of me. As a matter of fact, if I'm a leader, how dare you say you're afraid of me? Please don't be. Don't be. I have to always use myself as an example. I teach. Sometimes students, when I ask them, you failed the first exam. Why didn't you come to me? Oh, I'm afraid. I say, afraid of what, please? Afraid of what? But I announced it in this class. If anybody failed their exam or if there's any topic that was covered and you don't understand it, reach out. Do you think I was joking? Do not assume anything until you try. Did you reach out to me in particular and I tell you, don't call me? Did you? So you see, I put you back. And the reason I ask them these questions, the way I'm asking it is that you need to see what you're doing to yourself. But meanwhile, you're pointing one finger, oh, I didn't do well because. No. But I gave you the opportunity. Before you said you are afraid or you don't want to disturb me, do you think I was faking it when I told you, reach out? Do you think I was faking it? You have no proof to say that I was faking it if you did not reach out. I'm expecting you to reach out. So then you and I can sit on one-on-one and discuss. So because I want you to succeed. I'm looking forward for you to succeed. So please don't be afraid of me. I'm not here for you to be afraid of me. I'm teaching you doesn't mean I know better than you. I'm learning from you, you're learning from me. And if all of us can live life that way, why then will I want to go into leadership and let everybody be afraid of me? When I'm coming into a place, maybe it's a party, maybe it's a church, everybody stands up. What the heck are you standing up for? What are you standing up for? So if you, well, what if you have a back pain and you can't stand? Then I'll get upset with you. I don't understand. We all need to really look into ourselves. What are we looking for? What makes you happy? To control other human beings? Is that what makes you happy? Are you showing me or are you proving to the world that you're a narcissist that wants to control everyone? Is that why you're in power? You know, I've lived by myself for a very long time and I'm not afraid of anybody. One time, people broke into my neighbor's house. Mind you, my neighbor has a camera. I don't. Break in here, then let me see you. And you will let me know whether I stole yours. That's the level of my courage now. I'm not afraid of anybody. I'm not afraid of anything.
Okay.
When I complete my mission, guess what? I'm gonna go. I'm not afraid of it.
Finally,
So
sorry for that.
if I complete my mission, let me go. But if you feel like you want to snap it before I complete my mission, as well, be my guest. Kill me.
Yeah, take a look at please take a look at what is on the screen there. Religion is the chief reason for our
Retardation. Yeah.
retardation in the Western world. Is not used. Retard is not used, but intellectual.
I would like the person who put. Did you put up that or somebody in there?
I just put it up.
Oh, okay.
Do
Okay.
you agree? Do you agree with? Do you
I need
agree
you
with?
to go deeper into what you mean by religion, because maybe my Nichiren Buddhism, I sometimes we call it philosophy. Is not more of a religion, so to say. It's like I said, it's a way of awakening the Buddha nature that each and every one of us has.
Okay, let me read the full statement for you. I just picked the last part. The person said, "I am a Christian.
Okay.
I respect other religions. I am just as cool with the atheists and the agnostics, but given the opportunity to criminalize religion in public spaces, I wouldn't hesitate." Then he said, "Religion is the chief reason for our retardation." Okay. While Madam Lely is caught up in a phone call, I would like to thank those in the comment section. You are not ignored. I was highlighting your comment, even though I did not say anything about it. What's your name? But why you said, is there any Western country without electricity, roads, and water? No, like always, my nickname is Electricity, aka Electricity. And I've always believed that we need electricity in our country. For anything, for we to even achieve anything, we need electricity. Madam Nelly, welcome back.
Okay.
Do you want me to read the full comment again for you?
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, I'm going to read the full comment for you. The person said, "I am a Christian." Okay. Uh, okay.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. I am a Christian.
Mm-hmm.
Quote and unquote. I
Okay.
am a Christian. I respect other religions.
Okay.
And I am just as cool with the atheists and the agnostics. But
Okay.
given the opportunity to criminalize religion in public spaces, I wouldn't hesitate. Religion is the chief reason for our retardation. Now, for the purpose of the audience and for record, retardation is not used in the Western world again. It's used as intellectual disability, just for the record to reflect that. But
Okay.
I'm Nelly, the floor is yours.
Okay. If you're saying with what you just read out, I think that's what all of us have. That I even said at the beginning of this your broadcast, and with the reference that I made with the pastor that called in and said, "Oh, he knows the truth of what happened to Mobad, but top people are involved. But you call yourself a pastor. You have this big mega church in Nigeria where you collect people's money every night or every Sunday. But you have the balls to come out here and tell me big people are involved and you are afraid, you don't want to get involved What do you mean you don't? So then why are you a man of God? Isn't that retardation in its own way? Isn't that retardation? That's what I'm trying to say to everyone that hears me speak on this panel. That my little self, I don't have a church that I make money from. I don't have a jet. I don't have nothing. But I will stand gidigba to speak on the truth. Why can't people speak on the truth? So my question is, what is religion doing for you? Are you here to worship religion? Or is religion here to help you become a much stable human being? Stand up for the justice. So I don't know whether people are analyzing what I'm saying, because if you can chicken out over evil, then that means you've given up your power to the evil to continue to do what they're doing. Meanwhile, you are telling me you go to church every day. Go to church to pray for who? Some of the people on this panel sometimes will tell me, oh, you can only go through God, through Jesus Christ, the Son. The Son came and died for us, and this, da. I agree with you, okay? Now, saying that I agree with you, why is it that then when you see evil, you run? Where are you running to? Where are you running to? Are you not contradicting yourself? I just want people to forget these arguments. Anybody who hears what I'm saying, please, when you lay down, when you're by yourself, can you please put on your thinking cap, analyze what I'm saying to you? I'm not asking you to become a Buddhist like me. If you want to, fine, because to become a Buddhist and chant Nam Myoho Renge Kyo is actual proof. If you know one thing that is bothering you in your life and you chant for it, give yourself 1 month. I'm only asking you for 1 month. And you don't see changes, drop it. You don't need to come. But my thing is that why do we continue, especially in that Nigeria, every Sunday, we are on the church, we're going. But meanwhile, the evil continues to rise every day. Can't we ask ourselves an honest question and answer it? How can I be a pastor of a big mega church and a little 27-year-old boy's life was snapped away, and I will come to a platform and I'm saying, I know the people involved, they are powerful. What? So then what am I with my goddamn church? Excuse me. What am I?
Okay. You said something that is very pronounced, which I wanted to, but you said in respect to the Jesus, the way, the truth, and the life.
Yeah.
That's the only way, which you agree with.
Yes.
But you also said very important that even with that, when you say the truth, when they say the truth, they don't say it. That is very powerful, because somewhere in the Bible, James says that, are you not being impartial? I mean, partial, I beg your pardon. Where you see a rich man with all his regalia and everything walk into your meet, you give him the front seat. But when you see somebody like Madam Neka, who wears just Ankara, ancient Ankara, walking into your meets, and you give her the back seat,
Or will even ignore me.
what sort of faith? What sort of faith are you practicing?
Absolutely.
How is that the faith of the same Jesus
Yeah.
you call upon? Somebody posed a question here. I think there's a bit of a typographic error here, that I should put this question to you. Please let me ask Madam Nneka, is black man cause? It means to say cause is CURSED, not CAU.
Mr. But why, or if you're
I think that's a typographic error.
whether you're a male or a female, but why, I respect you How are you, my dear? Listen to me. You are not cursed. If you ever think you're cursed, then you're just removing the wisdom that you have. You're not cursed, my dear. You are not. If you're a black man, a black woman, you're a very beautiful king and a princess. Pray, please, do not ever think you're cursed. Again, I'm going to repeat what is happening to all of us. It's like you have removed your power and you've given it to some rubbish. And if you do that, all the fiber in you will deflate immediately. You've given your power away to something else. And then you keep blaming external factors. All these things happening to us is external factors. We have to go within first. From within, we come out. From within, we come out. It's equivalent to me. I've used this analogy also. And I said, as human beings, we put all these attachments in our body. We put all these things thinking that that's what is going to make us happy. Hell no. If the beauty is not from within, I don't care what you pay. I don't care if you buy the most original Brazilian wig. I don't care if you buy the most expensive Lamborghini. You're never going to be happy. We go through what we call euphoria, and people call it happiness. Hell no. Absolute happiness, you have to bring it from within. When you must differentiate relative happiness and the absolute happiness. And when you are able to do that, no matter whatever you're going through in life, you will still be happy. You're not just happy, you know what, I just got a boyfriend, then I'm happy. And tomorrow I break up with him, then I'm not happy. Hell no. Hell no. You are a human being first before you met that person. If it's not working out, let it be. Move on and let the person move on. You understand what I'm saying to you? We kind of mix apple and orange all the time. And we get stuck there and we keep on confusing ourselves.
Thank you, Madam Nick. Botswai expresses gratitude for answering his question.
Okay.
I would like to thank those in the comment section. They are my brothers and sisters from another mother, so I always thank them a lot for coming in. Madam Nelly, I would like to thank you for coming in on a very short notice for honoring that invitation. And my apology, I shouldn't have jumped on you on short notice.
No. Anything for me to remember. I've also said the reason why I appear on this platform sometimes to speak. I'm not saying that I know it all, but whatever comment that I make or whatever that I say to people, and that person, it touches them for them to wake up. And that's really a big blessing, because that's how we're going to get to what each and every one of us is asking for. We all have to wake up and really face the truth and face the evil squarely, and do not run away or get defeated with it. So it's my pleasure. Anytime you call me, I am willing to come. You never know when what you say is going to affect another human being.
Correct.
And let that human being just wake up and said, by the way, I'm not even alone. I'm going to do better. We all continue to do better. And again, the final word is just stand up for the truth and don't be afraid.
Yeah. Thank you, Madam Nelly, as I bring the broadcast to a close. And God bless you, and we shall talk again.
Okay. Thank you so much.